streamers, we are live once again playing Pokemon Scarlet, and I am annoyed. You know what? I am annoyed. Well, first of all, hopefully my stream doesn't drop too many frames. It looks like right now we're sitting at nearly 6% and I have only been live for 30 seconds. So I maybe won't be doing this stream today. This is so annoying. I don't know what I'm supposed to do if my internet is so bad up here that I can't stream. I'm so annoyed. I was having so much fun streaming. But anyway, just to get through it, I did get a shiny Mareep off stream, and so that put me at like, I don't know, 12 hours of Mareep hunting. 12 hours! It's ridiculous. After getting my oink after just 2. And then, after I shiny hunted my Mareep, and I got it finally after 12 long hours, I just was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do a quick sandwich to go for my Mudbray. And you know what I fucking got? In half an hour, I got my Mudbray. So now we're at a shiny count of 3 out of 6. So, and I didn't realize that Skiddo spawns also where Spoink spawns. So I can dual hunt, I mean theoretically, both of them, because my plan was to hunt Skiddo and Mudbray alternating like which sandwich gave which like encounter type, but obviously I didn't end up doing that because I got the Mudbray super quick. So now I can hunt for Spoinks around here. So I'm probably going to do I don't know. If I don't think my internet's gonna hold up, but I'll probably do a sandwich just to, like, you know, get things started. I also wanted to show off my new layout. I did this pretty quick. It's not anything particularly special, but I really wanted to draw the little meme. It's a Pokemon meme from X and Y, but I thought it would be fun to have that as my current hunt little icon thing. And I mean, if you really think about it, it should actually be for... See, look, here's my Mudbray. Oh my goodness. I mean, it makes more sense to use it as the, like, last shiny caught instead of the current hunt. But I'm not going to be featuring my previous shinies. Too much effort. I have to remember what fucking sandwich it is. Probably already scrolled past it. Oh yeah, I did, okay. You get to watch me make a sandwich. But yeah, I'm really frustrated. I'm sharing my internet with, well, first of all, my internet has never been particularly great at my parents' house in my room. But I'm also now sharing the internet with people, whereas in my apartment, I was by myself with the internet to myself. And because they're now, like, working from home. So I don't ever get a day where the internet's to myself. always forget that I have to press A after that. I'm also just using like a lo-fi Pokemon video for music instead of my playlist because I mean it's probably still some risk to it, but I don't know, music on Twitch is weird, and on YouTube, and I always upload my VODs, so I don't know, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'm not at really a point where I have to worry about it, but I'm just trying to keep it on my radar. I also don't really know the best route for spoink, because they're fewer and further between. Like, the Mareeps always were in little clusters. I also, I did the first 2 gym battles off stream as well. But I realized, like, I could pretty easily, oops. I could pretty easily catch all of my shinies before doing much in the story. I mean, obviously, there's a point where that would be stupid, but I don't know, I think it'd be fun. I'm feeling, like, bummed about the internet situation, so this will probably put me off streaming for a good while, which is, you know, a disappointment, because I was getting all geared up to do this pretty regularly. But it is what it is. I suppose I won't be living with my parents for very long if everything goes smoothly, I guess. But yeah, it's just been really hectic. Like, I haven't really been able to focus on oops. You know, I've said that there is some stuff that I need to take care of for myself while I'm living with my parents. And because, you know, the holidays are right after I graduated, and I moved back, and there's like 10 days pretty much. So I haven't really been able to make much progress on that, which is a little frustrating, but again, it is what it is. I'm hoping to get that all sorted by the end of January. And I also need to get my license, which is another thing that's really annoying that I have to do. But that also is something that I really need to, I haven't really, even if I wanted to be practicing and stuff, like driving. Well, first of all, I don't have my permit yet. I need to take the written test. So my current goal is to, like, schedule that for myself. But even if I did have my permit, or even if, like, my dad were to take me to a random parking lot somewhere or whatever, the weather has been so bad. Like, I know it's been really bad across the entire United States. And I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so there was snow last week, and just overnight, this past night, obviously, there was freezing rain, and, like, you can look out my window, and it's like the entire road is frozen over, like there is you could go ice skating out there if you wanted. So I will not be driving. Oh, speaking of which, I went out with my mom to, I went out with my sister to buy a Christmas present for my mom. Usually I'm like pretty on top of things, but my mom just really like slipped through the cracks this year. Like I had no ideas on what to get her. And so, my sister and I went out on Wednesday night after she got done with her work to go get my mom a present. And we'd only been gone for like 5 minutes. We weren't even at the stores yet, and the front right tire on the car blew out. So we had to like find somewhere we could pull over and change the tire. And so, needless to say, I still don't have a present for my mom. So that was exciting. That was my excitement for the week. You know, you gotta keep things interesting, or else you'll get bored. Oh, also, do you like my little shiny spoink sprite bouncing around in the corner? I can't say that that's an original idea. I think, I mean, having the current hunt in the corner is like, everybody does that, but I've specifically seen Dallas, the Supreme R-Canine, using the black and white sprites, and I thought that was just so charming. So I won't be able to do that with Skiddo, because Skiddo is a Gen 6 Pokemon, so they don't have the Gen 5 sprites, obviously. But I already do this one, yeah. But I thought for this one it'd be cute. I really hate looking for shinies at night. Like, obviously I'll still be able to tell if I see one, but the lighting is just changed in the way that like none of them look quite right. So even though it's like obviously not a shiny, the lighting is different, and I'm like doubting myself. I just think it's funny that like I was streaming pretty regularly before I moved. And I was, kind of feeling bummed because, I had not had any success with my Mareep. And I was like, well, maybe streaming just isn't for me, because I get tired after like 2 hours, and that's really not very long. And so I was like, I don't know, maybe this isn't something I should even bother with. But of course, now that I can't really do it, like I can stream, but the dropped frames are just so ridiculous. So now that I can't stream as well as I could, I'm like, man, I wish I could stream. Oh, I just realized that my game music is playing. I can't hear my game music, but you guys can, so I apologize if it's been garbage, like the audio. Oops. I think, obviously, the last shiny I'm gonna hunt for will be Tauros. Because in my lineup of 6, goodness me. In my lineup of 6 shinies, I have, obviously, the three that I have was Spoink, Mareep, and Mudbray. And then I have, or Lechonk, Mareep, and Mudbray, and now I'm looking for Spoink. And I will be looking for Skiddo as well. So out of those 6, hello, welcome to my epic gamer. I'm doing some shiny hunts. I'm looking for a Spoink. And my apologies if my frame rate is really garbage right now, because I am back home with my parents' Wi-Fi, and I'm sharing the Wi-Fi with them. But yeah, how are you? What's up? Yeah, it is nice. I feel like the orb, like, I don't know. I like the base color. I feel like the orb could be like a maybe a blue tint. Yeah. I always like winter break because it's the longest break. I mean, obviously besides summer, but like in high school it was only like 2.5 weeks, but in like higher education it's more like a month. I'm good. I graduated this past term, so I am just chilling for a little bit. Gotta get my life sorted out. But for now, we're just chilling. Thank you, thank you. My chat is supposed to be on screen. Why is it not being nice to me? Oh, I know. Oops. Because I put it below the layout. That would be why you can't see it. I wish that OBS had like a folder. Maybe it does. Like you can put things in folders, but I don't know. I'm not using like Streamlabs OBS because it was like a lot. It was giving me trouble last time I tried to use Streamlabs. So I'm just using like regular OBS. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, it's like pretty straightforward, but like it's just confusing enough that I can't say I'm confident. Yeah, it's been a while since like I took a long break from streaming as well. Because I think I streamed a little bit during like 2020, and that was the last time I really did. So thankfully, like OBS is like, yeah, like I was saying, it's confusing, but oh, is that a tink-a-tink? Yeah, but it's like pretty easy to pick back up, but just complex enough that you have to think about it. I'm going to take those birds and I am going to kill them. Murder. Whoa! Crab attack. I don't remember what type cloth is. I feel like it's a ground type, so I don't think that my Mareep will be of any use. Okay. It's, did you play Legends Arceus? Because I think it's easier in the sense that, like Legends Arceus, you can see the shinies in the overworld. You don't have to enter a battle. Yeah, so you can see the shinies just walking around. But in Legends Arceus, there was like a little jingle that played and a visual like sparkles when you were close to the shiny. So like if a shiny was standing behind me in game right now, well maybe not in battle, but like if I was walking around and there was a Pokemon behind me, it would sparkle and it would make a noise. So I would know that there was a shiny nearby, and I could like turn around and try to look for it. But in this game, there is not that. There is no visual indication other than the shiny itself, and no audio cue to say that there's one nearby. So in that sense, it's harder than Legends Arceus, but still, I think, easier than the other mainline games because you can just run around in circles and see it as opposed to having to encounter them in the grass over and over. There's also like sandwiches, where you make a sandwich and you eat them and they give you like the power ups or whatever. So you can like have higher encounter rates. Like right now, my sandwich that I'm eating gives me encounter power psychic, and so I'm seeing more spoinks in the wild right now than I would normally. So like little things like that are helpful. Oh no, my kitty, he is scratching at the door. One moment. Everyone's favorite kitty cat has now entered the building. I still haven't figured out like the best walkway though for Spoink, because like Mareep was spawning in the area that I was looking at for Mareep. It was like they spawn in like groups of 5 or 6, but it looks like this, like Skiddo spawning in groups of 5, and I'm going to be hunting Skiddo as well, but I don't have any grass type sandwiches. So I'm just starting with Spoink because I have the sandwich for it. But they spawn like individually, so I don't really know the best. Oh, I think I'm too far. I also, because I haven't caught a Spoink, I can't look at the like where they are in game, but I know where they are because I've looked at a map on my computer. But yeah, I just am kind of like wandering around aimlessly. Where am I? I need to be a little bit further north. That's the other thing, is that I played pretty far. I got all of the Koraidon power-ups on my main game before I started playing this file, and now I don't have any of the Koraidon power-ups, and I keep... It sucks. Base Koraidon kind of sucks, though. Piggy? Piggies? But I refuse to catch any Pokemon other than my 6 shinies until I have caught the 6 shinies. Because I would like to complete this Pokédex. Like, I got almost completely done with my main file, and then I stopped playing it because I started this one. So at this point, I'm like, this is my main file now. But, because it's on like a secondary Switch user, it doesn't have Nintendo Online. I have a family plan, so I think I do have a secondary Nintendo account, because back when Fire Emblem Heroes came out, I wanted to, like, I don't remember why. Like, I wanted to restart, but not delete my old one or something. So I have 2 Nintendo accounts, one that I use and one that was just for Fire Emblem Heroes. So I could, like, link that Nintendo account to this Pokemon game and add it to my family plan, and that should allow me to complete the Pokédex by trading and stuff. Oh, kitty cat, hello. Yeah, exactly. And because, like, you can do that even without, like, a Nintendo account. Like, you can just have the multiple pages. I did that with, what's it called? Breath of the Wild. For Breath of the Wild, I wanted to replay it. And obviously, like, it's not a huge deal if I were to reset it. But I didn't want to delete my original file, so... I just made a second one on my second account, but I can, like, reset that one anytime I want. So, but I will say, you can't for Animal Crossing. It doesn't work for Animal Crossing, which I was so annoyed about. I was like, hell yeah, unlimited Animal Crossing islands. But it works like on the DS version, right? You have one cartridge, but you can make multiple people. So it's kind of like the same thing, where instead of just making multiple files or like multiple villager houses on the same cartridge, it like uses the additional Switch profiles. And if you open Animal Crossing on a different profile, it makes a second villager. And it's like, I don't want a second villager, I want a second island. But yeah, so I don't know if you could buy 2 cartridges, because it saves on the Switch itself, right? It saves like on the cloud. So I think you'd have to buy a whole nother Switch to get a second island, which sucks. Don't quote me on that, though. Yeah, that's what I was like, a whole second Switch, and that's just like... I'm not spending, like, what, $500 just to play Animal Crossing again? Also, like, what if you have... I don't know if there's a limit to how many profiles you can put on one Switch, but what if you have more than 4 profiles? Like, there's gotta be a limit to how many villagers you can have in one Animal Crossing game. That would be insane. Just have like no walking space. Only have villager houses. You can do like Tomodachi Life, except in Animal Crossing. Wow. Kitty cat, hello. Would you like to join me? Pro gamer moment. Come on. No, he just wants to sit there and stare at me. That's fine. He has a lot to say. Hello. You can come up here. He's like, I don't want to come up there. I want you to pick me up. Ooh. Or not. So demanding. Now that's another thing I need to draw for my Twitch layout is my kitty cat. Because he is my co-host. I can't get too excited about making like layouts and stuff because I don't know, my stream quality has definitely suffered since moving back in with my parents for a little bit. So I'll probably hold off until I actually have like my own internet again. Yeah, well, I don't have a current like date right now because there's a couple things that I need to get taken care of. I still don't have my driver's license, and so that's like I need to do that like as soon as possible, just to help like with the job search. Because like if it wasn't for that, like I'd be fine relying on public transportation or whatever. But a lot of the jobs that I'm looking at require having a license. So that's like one of the things I need to get done. So I'm hoping to be moved like probably, I don't know, end of February. So there is an end in sight, I just don't know exactly when. Yeah. That is one thing I miss about my college town is that the buses were free. I mean, it probably still wasn't very good, but at least I didn't have to pay like $3 to get on the bus. Kitty cat, do you want to sit on my lap or not? He keeps coming over here and poking at me. Yeah, it wasn't even that they were like free to students, it was just for the whole city, which, you know, I wish that was the standard, but like unfortunately, I think, well actually I feel like that was like just a pandemic thing. They didn't have that many drivers, so the bus system kind of went downhill, but yeah. Keep going a bit too far south. I'm never gonna get a spoink like this. Oh, finally the sun's coming out. I still can't determine like what the day and night cycle is in this game. It's just so long. Oh goodness. Well, okay, when they first announced all three of them, I was like instantly like Sprigatito, boom, done. And then like as more info came out about them, I was like, Fuecoco's looking kinda cute. And then I think my final decision, I went with Sprigatito in my main file. But of the three like final evolutions, I feel like Fuecoco was actually like the weakest. I don't know. Quaxley or Quackwaval was a gay little bird. So I don't know. I liked them all though. They were a strong initial set. And then for art direction, I feel like they kind of left a lot to be desired, but like for the character design, I feel like those were pretty. I wouldn't say like not all of the designs themselves were strong. There are like a few that like really stand out though. Like I feel like the main like rivals, I guess, like Nimona and Arven, I feel like were good. Though I hate Arven's hair. And I think I know why they did it, because like he's got like salt and pepper hair, and I think they did that because he's supposed to be he's like the kid of, I don't know how much you know. I mean, it's not really a spoiler since they tell you in the first 10 minutes, but he's the kid of two characters. So like, okay, they just like blended his hair together, I guess. But yeah, a lot of the characters I feel like are interesting. They have interesting designs, but like for the visual, like the environments, I don't know. I feel like with a little bit more polish, they could have been really good. Yeah, so yeah. So like this could be a beautiful, like a beautiful view, but I feel like it's, I don't know, the lighting I feel like is something that they really, I mean that's something that's got one of the most obvious glitches, is you're just walking around and the lighting like blips in and out. But yeah, I think as for like almost all Pokemon games in the past like 5 years, 10 years maybe, I don't know. Like they just need a little bit more love. Yeah, I agree with that. Like especially this one, the story I think is good. Like it's kind of a slow start, but things like once they start picking up, you're like, ooh, dang. And I haven't finished, but I've like seen spoilers for the end, so I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued by that. But yeah, I miss 2D Pokemon. I got the Sinnoh remake, and I mean, I don't know. You're not missing out if you didn't get the Sinnoh remake. I'll just say that, but yeah. Though I feel like, I mean, in Legends Arceus, um, like they still left some like to be desired, definitely. Like I won't deny that. I think, um, as far as like 3D Pokemons go, especially for their first open world, like if you know put a gun to my head and made me choose between Arceus and Scarlet Violet, I would no hesitation choose Arceus. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's biased. Yeah, it like really stands up, and like there's a reason that I always go back to look at like the especially like black and white. I mean, I know that's like the end of the pixel art Pokemon era, but like having the pixel animations is just like, I don't know. I feel like that was like they were heading towards the peak of like what they could do, and then they switched to 3D, and they had to start from zero again. Yeah, I agree. Like even in the 3D Fire Emblem games, like when they include the little sprites with animation, like that's like I'm like hell yeah, that's the that's what I'm here for. I mean, I know they won't, but I would love to see some games that have transferred to 3D go back and do, um, you know, go back to using pixel sprites. I feel like that would be just really cool. I know that like I haven't played what is it? Octopath Traveler. I haven't played that. I've heard that it's like really dark and hard to see like visually. But like aside from that, I feel like pixel art in that style you could do a lot with. Which is obviously far more complex than like the charm of like GBA style pixel art. Oh no, you don't like it? Is it too much? Like, is there anything in particular you don't like? Is it just um, like the simplicity of the other one is like more succinct, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. Like to a certain point, after you put enough filters on it, it's not really pixel art anymore. You know, I guess. I'm trying to think of. I don't really play that many. I haven't played that many games in the past few years, so like my arsenal is kind of limited. Um, but like Celeste, I think that was pixel art, right? Like I've seen somebody play through it like once. Like I feel like there's a bunch of games in recent years that have like made the switch, not back to, but like that have been using pixel art. And that have gotten like really popular. Celeste, I've heard like amazing things about, and I've watched a playthrough. I'm not huge on platformers, so I don't think I'd really enjoy it, especially because I've heard it's difficult. But I'm trying to think. Hollow Knight's not pixel art, right? I'm trying to think of games I've looked at maybe like twice. Yeah, I'm not good at them. Oh, the Drawn to Life games. Speaking of platformers with pixel art, those were like formative for me. Oh, my sandwich ended like 10 minutes ago and I forgot to put on a new one. Okay. I despise this mini game. Yippee! Gross looking sandwich. How's the weather over by you? Like looking outside my house, it looks like the road is like under an inch of ice. I think it's supposed to be like that all around the Puget Sound. Maybe even like further down. I think I know Portland was supposed to be getting thick ice. It was all fun and games when it was just snow. Actually, that's not true. Like one of the tires. Yeah, no, me too. I I told this story earlier, I think before you got here, but on Wednesday, my sister and I still have to get some shopping done, and so she was taking me out, and we don't know what happened exactly. I think like something to do with like the tire pressure or something, because my mom and I noticed it a couple days ago, but then like it seemed like fine. But anyway, the moral of the story is my sister and I went out to do some last minute Christmas shopping, and instead one of the tires blew out, so we had to stop and change the tire and go home. So yeah, maybe don't drive in this. But in our defense, like we didn't even hit anything. Like it was something that I think happened like while my mom and I noticed it like 2 days prior. And then like, so in this timeline, my mom and I went out And on our way home, we noticed it was like thumping weird, and we were like, okay, that's not good. And then my dad and I went out the next day, and it wasn't doing that. So like nothing was wrong the next day. And then on the third day, that's when the tire blew up. So, whatever. Completely unrelated. Speaking of the third day, I've been like in a Majora's Mask mood today. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm hoping that it melts. Especially, I'm like assuming that they're gonna heavy duty put down sand and salt and stuff. But like, yeah, better play it safe and not drive and get people late gifts than to try going out in this. I think we're past like the worst of it though. Like it's supposed to warm up by like 20 degrees this weekend. Like yesterday I think it was like 20 degrees here, and then on Saturday it's supposed to be 50 degrees. So at least it's warming up fast. But I mean, whatever, it's supposed to rain all week, so it won't make a huge difference. Just hopefully it won't continue to freeze. I'm just glad we're not like having any blizzards like some of the Midwest. Like I saw a video on Twitter of like the state patrol who was driving down not the rain, but like they were like on the highway or something, and they were taking a video of outside what they could see from their windshield. And it's like nothing. It's like you can't see anything. I don't think there's been a bad storm around here since like 2006. Well, I mean, we've gotten a lot of snow, but I just remember like the time when I was really young where like a couple of the trees in our front yard came down and like power was out and there was so much snow everywhere. So at least we don't have that. I don't know where I am or how to get out. I really do not like trying to hunt in this area. This area sucks. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day. I hope things go smoothly for you over there. And I will see you sometime in the future. Adios. Oh man, I really wish that there was, because there's 5. There's Gardevoir, Gallade, Bisharp, and now the 2 Charcadet evolutions. That adds up to 5. There's not enough for a team of 6 cool little dudes. I'm also so upset that they didn't have, because they've got the new Quagsire, or rather, Clawdsire, in this game. And they got Toxicroak and Bellybolt. And that's 3. But they have so many frogs over the course of Pokemon. Frogs and other amphibian types. But they don't have them in this game, which is so sad. I could not make a full frog squad. Also, controversial opinion, as a frog lover, I really don't care for Bellybolt. Tadbulb, I love. But Bellybolt's just kind of like a blob. And I also do not like how its eyes are not its eyes. I don't know. Cool to have an electric frog, though. I think having a grass-type frog would be awesome. I just wish Politoed was in this game. Well, I've been streaming for almost an hour. I might finish this sandwich off stream. I really just wanted to show off my new layout. And also the shinies that I got. Here's my Mareep. After I caught it. This is after I caught it. I did take a video of when I was battling it, but I took too long, so it didn't like save all of the encounter. Same with the Mudbray, but I'm just glad I finally got my Mareep. So, whatever. Alright guys, hopefully next time I'll have better shiny luck, better internet, etc., better coordination, better music, who knows, all of the above. Goodbye!